I love my Angel Eye E8 and I've been eyeing the E30. Now they released the Pro version. Yeah, welcome back to UDC channel. This is Jay. This is part 2 of a flat flashlight series. I reviewed this HD01 in part 1. I'm really starting to enjoy this form factor. Let's start with the box real quick. It's a plain black plastic box. Lanyard, Type C. Take a quick look. Okay, let's get back to the light. Let's take a closer look. Two main cool white emitters with a maximum of 3500 lumens and TIR lens. We'll see more beam pattern in the outdoor beam shots later on. There's this proximity sensor that steps down turbo to prevent it from accidental activation, from burning or hurting users. Three side LEDs with the choice of 3 warm 4500K or a more versatile one that I prefer with one more warm white, UV, and red LED. More floody, red, and UV. Let's see. Battery indicators, which doubles as charging indicators. USB Type C port, charging port. Deep enough carry, removable pocket clip with an interesting angle, with good retention, not too tight or loose, and there are some cutouts in the body right where the clip lands on the body to help with the grip. Not two, but three very good looking metal switches. Now this is how you should design switches, and they're all accessible one-handed without having to readjust the grip. We might as well touch up on the UI. Someone asked me on Reddit on what I thought about the UI with these 3 buttons. This is pretty much 2 buttons that control the main emitters and the side LEDs, plus one more dedicated tactical button. What's really cool is that there's a dedicated button for each mode: tactical, EDC, and side LEDs. I've had a few Rovyvons and handled some with dual buttons, so I'm quite familiar with their UI. What can be confusing is the combination of single clicks and long presses. Okay, let's go over them. Starting with the simple tactical button. This is a two-step switch, but they call it a dual stage tactical switch, meaning you can half press for turbo and full press for strobe, and they're both momentary, and that's it. And I like how it's almost fully recessed, making it less likely to be accidentally pressed versus the main button, which protrudes way more, which they call EDC switch. I like how it has a separate simple mode dedicated for echo mode. Single click to turn on and off. Then there's the regular modes. They call it a memorize mode. Double click to turn on the last memorize mode. Single click to cycle high, echo, low, medium, high. Long press to turn off. There's no special mode for the ADC switch. No turbo, no strobe, since they already have a dedicated switch for it, which is really nice. Last but not least is a side LED dedicated switch. Single click to turn on the warm white LED. Another single click to cycle low and high. Back to low. Long press to turn off. Double click to turn on the red LED. Then single click to cycle low, high, flash, beacon. And another long press to turn off. Triple click for UV. And there's only one mode for the UV. So just another single click to turn off. So you can only single click for off if there's only one mode for that particular mode group. Otherwise you have to long press to turn off. As for the handling, it feels kind of similar with pen lights, just wider. I'm not really a pen light kind of person. I rather carry 2 AA lights than one pen light. It's actually the other way. I love to shorten my flashlight with short tubes whenever possible. But it does feel nice that you can get a full grip, though I don't mind a shorter version of this. Maybe like this much. And the bump on the front kind of helps with the grip, since there's no any knurlings on the body, except for maybe this on the sides. And there's this rubber seal that run across the body, that I guess kind of help with the grip a bit. Or I can just imagine the clear E8 with the tail switches, or maybe a bit longer. The right competition for this is definitely the EDC 27 from Nightcore, but I take the more versatile set LEDs over OLED display any day. But maybe the tactical folks don't really care for this. But for an EDC dude like me, these side LEDs are really fun and useful. Okay, let's see it outside. Okay, we're gonna test this light. Maybe starting with the flood. So it's a flood and only good for close by. Won't even reach there at all. And the red high, red low, back to low. UV, now the main emitter, echo, This is turbo. Step down. Okay, nothing is perfect. There's always room for improvements. And here's some of my wish list. First of all is the built-in battery. They said users requested for bigger batteries, and they did increase it quite significantly from 900 to 3000 milliamp hour, which is the biggest in its class by far. EDC 27 and 25 has only 1700 milliamp hour. This HD01 has 1200 milliamp hour, and the arc felt from OLED has only 1050 milliamp hour. And bigger battery means less frequent charging, resulting in a longer battery lifespan, which is measured by charge cycle. I understand why they did it, but I personally still prefer the dual power source like in the previous E30 version. Even though it has a much smaller built-in lithium battery, it can take a regular common AA batteries. In part 1 video, I did touch up a bit on this. There are two issues with built-in batteries. One, you can't swap fresh batteries when the batteries run out. You'll have to wait for it to be recharged. And when the batteries eventually dies out, you have to toss the whole thing out. I don't really mind the first issue. I'm not a heavy user and I normally carry more than one flashlight with me. I'm more concerned about the latter issue. But even that's probably overthinking. Again, because one, I'm not a heavy user, and two, I happen to have quite a few other lights to rotate, so this will get carried less frequently. And three, lithium batteries usually have a decent number of charge cycles, so I believe this will last me a very long time. And for the proximity sensor, I've had a flashlight with this, and for my use case I don't really find it useful, especially with the lockout mode. It did I forgot to tell you about the lockout. It's 5 click, I believe. 1 2 3 4 5. Yep. But it's indicated by this blinking pattern. Another 5 click to unlock. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. And there's an option to disable the proximity sensor by long pressing the EDC button for 10 seconds until it blinks. Okay, 2 clicks to disable it, and 3 clicks for disabling it. 3. Yep. I much rather this for a green laser instead. The only thing missing for it to be really complete: full white thrower, warm white flutter, red UV, and laser. And I wish it maintains the stainless steel bezel from the older E30, or even upgrade it with some glass breaker, it being a tactical light. Not sure why they downgraded for the Pro version. I wish the one click on the EDC button is for moonlight instead of echo. 10 lumens is a bit too bright to be used as a night light. Or maybe a 2-stage EDC switch, just like the tactical switch. Half press for momentary moonlight and full click for the echo. But just like with this HD01, there's this side LED which is dimmer. that I can use as a nightlight instead. I wish there's some kind of glow, maybe this rubber here, like the E8, or like this rubber here. But I understand this being targeted as a tactical light, not an ADC light like the E8, so stealth is probably more proper. Or maybe breathing mode option for the LED indicators, like some other flashlights. I think I've said it before, I wish the UI is simpler. In particular, when single click is used for both turning off and cycling the modes. It's not pleasant if you forget and cycle up to brighter mode when you intend to turn it off. Especially with the 3 separate buttons, I think they can come up with a more consistent UI. Okay, that's a wrap. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to sub if you haven't done so. I think I will make a part 3 comparing these two lights. See you guys then. Bye now.